Hey guys, so this is going to be the video on how to make these hole cutouts from your object, and it's basically just, deleting the faces. But let's go ahead and get into how to make kind of these shapes in case your table has some cutouts. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these, and I'm going to come up to my poly modeling and go ahead and drop our cylinder and move it up and with the W and rescale with R to kind of get that tabletop shape. Not thin enough where it will become a problem, but you know. Alright, and then I'm just going to Command D it or Control D to duplicate that over there. Alright, and just a quick reminder, it is Alt and right click to rotate around your object, and Alt and middle mouse to pan. My middle mouse button is broken. That's how you would do that. Alright, it's not going to listen. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Oh, can't get it. Alright. Anyway, let's go ahead and create those shapes. So let's go ahead and press space to get into your 4-panel view, and we're going to focus in this front or side. Let's go ahead and focus in the side just because our secondary object is hidden behind in the side view. So I'm going to press spacebar to get into this. Of course, now my pan works. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to face mode. So basically we are going to bring each one of these faces in a little bit, so offset their edges, and then delete it. So let's go ahead and do that. So hold down your right click to get into face mode, and then what's important here is what we need to do is just select these middle faces. So we want to make sure that we're not, selecting the whole object. So in this view, it looks like we're just selecting the whole object, or the side faces, if we do it like this. But if I come into our perspective view, you can see that the whole object is selected, and that's not what we want. We just want these guys. So I'm going to be careful not to hit the top or bottom edge and select the middle. Alright. Now what we need to do is create that offset in, so we're going to extrude, so that is Control E or Command E for the Mac, and we are going to make sure that we keep faces together off. That will break each one of these faces separately, which is what we want. We want each one of these to be their own separate face, not connected to the other ones. So I'm going to go keep faces together off. I'm waiting for this little double arrow to pop up so that I can slide my mouse to the side once I click down. Alright, so now that we have that, all of these faces would come out together, kind of create like a cool tabletop like that. That's not what we want for this object. Alright, so now we're going to press R, Z back if you moved it out, that's important. Go ahead and press R, and then we are going to hold R and hold down our left click to make sure that we are in the component mode. This will allow us to control each one of these faces by themselves, as if I was in the object mode, they would all be coming in, right? So component mode. And I'm going to grab either this red one or this middle one. So there's 3 for each one of our axes, and this controls all axes. And then I am creating a inset face. And then I'm going to go ahead and just press delete. I could also Control or Command E to extrude in again and start to create something like that. That is also an option. But in the example, I got it like this. Cool. Alright, now how did I do the one that had all the little triangles? We are going to use our multi-cut tool. So let's go ahead on over into edges, holding down our right click, and then shift and right click to get into multi-cut. Now this may already pop up for you, see how these are being highlighted, but I'm going to come up into my magnets here, and I'm going to go ahead and press this one that has this little point. Snap to points, it's going to snap to our vertices. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go around. So I'm going to click, click, click. So it's creating these triangles. You could do whichever kind of design you really want in these. This was just a quick selection. Make sure you're not hitting the other side of your table. That is not what we want. If yours starts to act screwy, go ahead and just press the Q to quit out of the tool and then hop back in, and then it will close. So I'm going to press Q to get out, and then G to repeat my command, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. So I'm just clicking. Notice that it's also creating a point here. You could pull them all out and kind of make this like stud shape on the bracelets people have. I don't know if they still make those actually. Belts. I think they're still on the belts. Cool. Alright. Q to quit out of my tool. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to spacebar to get in close. Oh. Alright. And then I'm going to just go into my face mode first. Hold down your right click, face mode. And then highlight all these faces. Make sure that you're grabbing the top and bottom ones, but not the ones on the top and bottom of the whole object. And then we could control or command E to extrude. Make sure you keep faces together off. R to scale in, making sure that we are in component. And then I'm grabbing that middle one and just scaling it down. And then I'm pressing delete. And it creates this X pattern inside of my tabletop. Cool. So those are just some really quick ways on how to make those holes in your table if you have them. And yeah, so I hope that helped. Thanks.